What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live for this media extravaganza concerning Oleksandr Usyk, Anthony Joshua media workout. This is very important. I was excited about this simply because we get to see both fighters after their final training sessions. Okay, because before when they seen face to face, they were in training, but they weren't in that intense training. Since then we've heard about Joshua knocking out sparring partners. We've seen Oleksandr Usyk looking like a little baby Ukrainian Hulk over here. So it's a lot to see. So we're just gonna start it. Okay. Um, Julian Falcon, everyone remember to hit that like strain. Exactly. Mr. Bungle. What's up, Kurt? Counterpunch to you. So we're just looking at the undercard at the moment. How is everybody doing today? Um, Good news, personal news. I'm about 85%, about 85%, no, about 87. Since my surgery and all that stuff. So I had to knock some stuff out. Um, James Bash in the building. Counterpunch to you, brother. Peace be unto you, my friend. Um, Man, I feel the energy in the building. I think, if this is the ring, bro, I don't think this is the ring. This is a lot smaller. And I think a lot of that's a factor too, especially when you're dealing with Usyk versus Joshua. And then a lot of people haven't really talked about that factor, how big the ring is. We talked about that with the Klitschko and Fury and, the type of canvas we had and this, that, and the other, the gloves. You haven't heard any of that, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? The less confusion, the better. Because, because once you start getting tedious about, oh, well, what is this and how is that going to be? Well, what about this? You're going to run into some problems. Definitely. Definitely. Johnny Nelson called himself an oldie. Mitch, AJ wants this fight in a phone box. Well, if he wants it in a phone box, he needs to be in a smaller ring. I don't even know if that was a factor or not. Maybe they didn't have a choice in the matter. Maybe they did. Are rings different in sizes? Is it not important that all rings are similar in size for fairness? No, absolutely not. Julian Falcons, no. You have 18 by 18, 18 feet. Then you got 36. Okay. You have 16. You have smaller rings, bro. Rings it varies in size about ring size. That's why um, when you have a guy that's a mover versus a guy that's slower, you would want a smaller ring. You don't want a bigger ring. No. So Julian Falcon, man, that's some bull. AJ needs to be in killer mode, Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, he does. And it's all about though. See, I think people got this old do or die thing mixed up. You have Oleksandr Usyk, that is arguably one of the best fighters in the world. Okay. In the world, him, Terrence Crawford, him, don't make any difference. It's pound for pound. So if you're in the top five, you're doing something right with your skills. You're displaying some good stuff. Okay. So, you know, that's what's happening with that. If he loses, it depends on how he loses. Let's say Joshua loses, but then he drops Usyk some type of way. But then he runs out of gas, and then Usyk comes back because we don't know Usyk to be a big pussy, right? And we know he has heart. Then he comes back and stops Joshua. Are you really going to look at Joshua as a pussy? You're going to see a good fight. Did we look at Wilder as a pussy? Did we look at Wilder as a loser? After all the stuff that Wilder talked before that fight happened, all the stuff he allowed other people to talk before that fight happened, did we call him a loser? Did we call him a loser? No, we did not. We didn't call him a loser because he wasn't a loser. He was a fighter, and he was a challenger, and he tried. And people understood, yo, that was a real fight we saw. You know what I mean? Now, if you looked too much into it for other reasons, you probably had another agenda. I did not. I seen one hell of a fight, and I liked what I saw. If Joshua has one of those fights of the year with Usyk, and he was able to drop Usyk or hurt Usyk bad, or make his stamp in this fight, are we really going to criticize him for being him? You know what I mean? People are, I don't know, man. People are too critical these days. I hope Usyk will win because if Joshua wins, he will avoid Fury. Unicat. I don't know. I mean, I thought your Fury was retired, dude. That was the last thing we heard from Fury. So we have to go on the last things we heard from Fury, right? I'm so ready for this fight right now. I love the video earlier you done about Johnny Nelson stating AJ might retire. Why are they trying to make these great young fighters retire with a few losses? Mitch, I do not know. That stigma has been on the sport of boxing probably for the last 10 years. The last 10 years, that's how that's been. And you're looking at it, you're like, okay, well, dude, you got 3 losses. AJ won't avoid Fury. Big Wah counterpunch to you. He wants that fight more than anything else. Big Wah, in fact, I think Joshua took a couple ass whoopings waiting for a fight to happen that didn't, or probably won't be. I think Joshua needs to worry about what he already has versus what he's trying to get. Like if he beats Usyk, right, and he gets those belts back, okay, it's like Tyson Fury's all over the place. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury is all over the place. So I don't want to fight no one that's all over the place. You know what I mean? Because he may fight you one day, he may not. Look what happened last year. We went from, get up, my boy. I just got off the phone with Prince Khalid. The money's in the bank. The fight is happening. 2020. I just talked to Daniel Kinahan. This fight has been made. We have decided to fight. Come on, you big Dalsa. But did the fight happen? No. Renee Padilla. Salute, real deal. Kurt DeVille. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ for real. And man, this Texas ain't playing right now. Bars. Renee, you ain't lying. Man, God bless you. And you know that this heat is huge. Huge, man. I'm trying to, I can't stay outside anyway. And I love it outside. That's the thing. I'm kind of cooped up right now. Okay, Al Sareem. All right. He's got a nice, healthy beard there. AJ ain't retiring until he beats someone else. I mean, that would make more sense, though. St. Don in the building. Because you really look at it, he got that ambassador. He got the money already. See, Joshua got the money in the bag. He got the bag. Who okay? Who else has got that type of contract right now besides Joshua? I mean, let's be real. Not even Canelo has that type. Because Canelo, he's fighting for his money. Cool, prize fighter. I get it, but to be an ambassador, to be a spokesman, and you're getting 100 million. Joshua looks like he's like about to transcend to something else anyway. It's just good business decisions. Maybe Tyson Fury was absolutely right. Anthony Joshua is a businessman. You make no mistake about it. He's a businessman. You know what I mean? That's why he's undefeated. Fury doesn't know what Fury is going to do. Never mind his opponents. The man is bipolar. He sound like Derek Chisora. AJ got four big paydays left, and that's about 2 years. So that makes sense because by that time he'll be like 34, 35, and he's made a couple 100 million, 2 fights a year, 4 fights left. That makes sense. You know, Wilder must be rubbing his hands together. All these potential fights after Hellenius. That man's got a lot of paydays coming his way. Mitch, and I'm proud of Wilder, man. Wilder, understand, if it wasn't for Joshua, Wilder would still be making about $2-3 million per fight. Because that fight, the fight that was supposed to happen never happened. See, and back in 2018, Joshua and Wilder were in negotiations for the longest, like damn near all that year. And while they were in negotiations, they had their opponents. Wilder fought Ortiz, which was undefeated at the time, which was a very good fight. And it showed me that Wilder had heart. Wilder had balls. Then Joshua fought the WBO champion Joseph Parker and got the strap off of him in the UK. Okay. And it's crazy. It's crazy because then they kept negotiating in the 12 million and 15, but Wilder did promotion of how scared Joshua was. He got a lot of people on the bandwagon, you know what I mean? And he wanted more respect. Wilder wanted more respect at that time. But then it was hard to give him respect beating a 40-year-old person. You know what I mean? Well, he's 30, he was 39 at the time, to be fair. Because that was in 2018. So, you know what I mean? It was like, well, dude, you've beat one credible guy thus far. And I mean, he didn't even fight Brazil yet. Let alone Fury. Fury was just coming back in the sport, and he was still on uh, he was still on a diet program. Wilder knocks out Joshua. Wilder can knock out anybody if he catches him just right. I'm proud of him. He's his way of entertaining to be hanging them up early. He's got some miles left on the clock and some huge nights. That's right. Kurt, do you think AJ made the right decision? What I mean is, did he pick the perfect trainer to beat Usyk? You know what? I don't even think it's about the perfect trainer. I think he just picked a trainer that wasn't going to bullshit him. You know, there is an echo. Does anybody hear an echo? Fury is the master of mind games. Okay, there's a bit of an echo. All right. Okay, how about now? How's the echo now? Somebody give me some feedback, will you? Over. It's only a small echo. Dracula count. Echo's still there. Okay. How about now? Is there more since you did what you did? Now it's more since you did what you did. You know what? I think I know what happened. Let's see. You hear what Nelson's saying. Okay, how about now? Okay, how about now? How's this? How's this? Can you guys hear me now? It's because you're watching TV. Okay. All right. But I actually have two open, so I'm wondering, like, yo, what's up with this? Echo. Hmm. But you can hear it less. Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like I see two. I'm cool with the echo. I don't mind it, bro. Let me see. Hear it. It's like you're broadcasting live from a cave. I am in a cave, dude. I'm cooped up. I'm in the counterpunch boxing cave. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Copy, copy. Copy over. Can you hear me? Good people's on the live stream. We got Andrew Tabiti in the ring, guys. Just leave it. The fans don't mind. Much better. Cool. All right. Yeah, Tabiti has a good jab, bro. Great, quick combinations. It's good now. The echo is barely on and barely an inconvenience. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Good to know. We're back on the technical side of things. I hate technical difficulties, man. It affects the performance of everything. Damn, Tabiti got some speed, bro. I like them combinations, man. He's looking like a freaking Terry Norris in there. You know what I mean? He's looking like Terry Norris in this piece. Furious 6'9" is too big for Joshua Usyk. Unicat. Okay, Unicat. Yeah, tell that to Steve Cunningham that was able to hit that 6'9" too big guy. Kurt, did you see what Tank said about Adrian Broner saying his mental illness is an excuse, saying he is a pussy? No, I seen. I was watching a Friends live. He kind of did a rant about it, but I'll do one on it later on. Um, it's crazy. I don't know, man. I think, in short, with Tank, I just think that was an attack at Adrian Broner because I don't think they're cool no more. Because Tank is weird. Tank, like when he was pissed off at Mayweather, he was cool with AB. Now that he's cool back with Mayweather and re-signed with whatever, who the hell, Al Heyman and Mayweather's promotions. Now he's saying that because Adrian Broner was like, look, I have mental health.
or just maybe two that it's like with that, who else has claimed mental health issues though? Ryan Garcia, right? So that could be a Ryan Garcia issue too. So Ryan Garcia diss and an Adrian Broner diss. It's just Adrian Broner said it last, so you just have to assume that he was referring to Adrian Broner because Adrian Broner did admit like, yo, my mind ain't right. I ain't where I need to be. You know what I mean? Two Face Tank, yeah. I think it's a double standard definitely because when he was your friend, you wasn't saying that type of shit. But I think it was more towards AB. But but I think he just wanted to generalize it because he wanted to make a diss as well, make a direct diss. That used to be his boy. You know, Ohio and Maryland are not that far apart. You know, which Fury would make a decision, retire, or just tell us once and for all. He's not going to do that. He's going to have you thinking day after day. You know why? Because this fight's happening. You hear about Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury wants to keep his name in the loop because he wants to be a part of this. Don't you want to be a part of something big? You know, Julian Falcon, absolute casual. Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. You know, casuals. It's like they don't see only certain things. They're casual boxing fans are like kids. They're like immature children. They don't think like okay. They don't think logically. They just kind of think like, oh yeah, like okay. Let me tell you a difference between a fan, a guy like a fan versus a fanboy or a casual. You know who's a fan of Tyson Fury? Saint Don. Saint Don's a Tyson Fury fan. But do you see Saint Don say a bunch of shit like trolling? No, because he's logical. Because he's a boxing fan also. Versus like Unicat. Oh, he's too big. He's the best. He's gonna beat them all. Yay! you know, what I mean? So it's kind of that's what it is. You know, see the most charismatic, the best heavyweight boxer of all time. That's cool. You know, and nothing wrong with being a fan, but then it's like, Kurt, it's good that the fight is having no pay per view. Oh, Lee Foster, great counterpunch, bro. When I heard that, I was like, "Yep, yep, that is a good thing." Cheers, Kurt. I try to keep it real. That's it. That's all you can try to do. You know what I mean? That's all you can try to do. You know what I mean? Like I know I like heavyweights. The heavyweight division is on fire. I like all boxing, but then it's like nothing captivates me like heavyweights. But then, you couldn't say that 7 years ago. 7 years ago, we didn't even have none of this shit going. Prince Khaled. That's the dude with all the money right there, man. Prince Khaled, billionaire. He could put every fight to the Middle East if he wanted to. Is Wilder coming back to the ring? Absolutely, Matt. Kurt, do you think Andre Ward retired way too early? Like, could have done way more in his career? Well, I think that he could have fought longer, but that was maybe a decision he decided to make. You know what I mean? Is long because see, this is what I think. Andre Ward. What happened to Andre Ward? Andre Ward seen how things were. He had adversity. He won a close decision. So he's had his, Julia's his Jose Castillo type moment in the boxing world, and I think that at the end of the day, um, I think he also found out like, look, I can do things outside of the sport of boxing. I know this won't be here forever. And he didn't just bank on it. He didn't do what he could have done in boxing. See, Andre Ward should have done exactly what Usyk done. He should have went to heavyweight. So you're right. Yeah, he could have done that. He should have done that. He should have had a multi-million-dollar fight with Anthony Joshua. And I think he looks back at that and thinks, you know what? Especially when Joshua got beat, because he was more like, damn, that could have been me. Damn, Andy Ruiz, that could have been me. And then I would have been looked at like Roy Jones, because Roy Jones was a guy that came from 160, 168, 175 and on up and on up. You know what I mean? And went to the top, right? Without being defeated. But then it didn't happen for him that way. He decided to take the Floyd way. And Floyd was that guy that thought it was cool just because you were undefeated, you can get out of the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? But what Floyd didn't tell you was Floyd already made his money. A lot of these fighters just trying to do that and look good and be like Floyd, but you won't be like Floyd until you do what Floyd did to get the money that Floyd had. That's just easy. So I think Andre Ward could have done a lot more. And I think he regrets that. So I think when you hear regret and you hear him say something about Joshua, just remember what I said. Right. So I think that's what that was. Arizism, counterpunch to you, brother. I'm a fan of Fury. I will be until I die, win, lose, or draw. Fury fan always. Yes, we know. Respect to you, Kurt Big Dog. Domino Don in the place to be. Counterpunch to you. But yeah, Andre Ward could have done a lot more, man. He could have done a lot more. He could have fought those guys, but he decided to get out of boxing. And then on top of that, his incentive was, he got a commentating position. You know what I mean? He's got a commentating position. So no worries, man. No worries at all. He's good. He's good to go. As an American, is the allure of Ben Eubank as great as it is over here? Like, does the Ben Eubank rivalry exist in the U.S.? I mean, not as much as it over there. I mean, that's why it's sold out over there. I don't even think that would even do justice here. I mean, a lot of things should stay at home. A lot of things are respected in its own territory, right? Samuel Apia, love from the UK. Kurt, can't stop listening to you all day, man, because I'm coming all day, counterpunching every day. Bars. So do we have here? Do you think AJ can beat Usyk? Do you think he will? I think Joshua. If Joshua puts the right type of punches together, but he has to, I don't like one punch. I don't think is going to do it. You know what I mean? And if it look like if he catches Usyk with a left hook that hurts him, because Joshua has the power. Don't let me tell you he don't. It's just the pedigree of Usyk. It's going to be hard to land those type of shots. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard. Like, definitely, it's going to be hard to land like that big shot, because like someone like Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz got caught because Andy Ruiz, is not really like defensively sound like Usyk. So, if you look at that fight, that third round, Joshua really overcommitted every shot after the knockdown. He put himself in that situation just over eager, and it cost him dearly. You pronounce my name so good that it keeps me laughing and giggling. Bars. Okay. Why can't they Why can't they let boxers fight to the death and the winner gets all his possessions and his wife? Damn, Dracula count. That would be terrible. You know, Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank fight will forever be remembered in the UK. I believe that. Julian, there are two punches I saw that rocked Usyk in the fight with Joshua, but Joshua did not capitalize on it. Because that's the whole problem. He couldn't. See, it wasn't like he hit Usyk and Usyk went to pieces, and he did something like Oleg like Vladimir did. Vladimir, bro. It's like he showed Josh. I mean, Joshua knew he caught him. Joshua hit him with that shot. He knew, I got this guy. I got him. The adrenaline is up. But when he hit Usyk, dude, Usyk, you seen him, but it was like you had to slow it down to see Usyk kind of like, oh shit. But then Usyk's eyes lightened up because he was like, it's like almost like boom. Okay, you hit me. Now I'm going to be more defensively sound than I normally am. So no, he couldn't capitalize on it because it wasn't like he went to pieces defensively when he got hit. Because a lot of times that happens to people. A lot of times they get hit, then all of a sudden everything goes to shit. That's why people, attack because they know this is the opportunity when the defenses are down, when the defenses are low, when they're suspended. Okay. So what happens in that situation? They take them out, get the punches together, catch him with a couple hard shots, and drop him. That didn't happen with Usyk. Usyk got hit, then Usyk got a more defensive, and then he landed his own shots. It's going to be exciting because when Joshua does hit Usyk, you're going to see a different Joshua. He's going to pounce on him. You know what I mean? And that's going to show the whole duration of the fight on what happens. Will Joshua be able there throwing more punches? Will he be able to get Usyk out of there? Or will he gas out and get mauled once he runs out of gas? Because that's the only way I see this fight. Because I've seen this fight in my mind. I've seen it. Joshua hits Usyk. He's going to try to take Usyk out. And if Usyk isn't on the canvas, then Usyk isn't beaten or hurt to that point where they can stop it or anything like that, and he keeps moving and Joshua runs out, this is what's going to happen. Usyk is going to start attacking Joshua because he knows Joshua's tired because based on what we know about Joshua, Joshua is not defensively sound when he's tired. If that makes sense to people. Anyone notice how relaxed AJ looks? He was drained last time. Well, I mean, I think Joshua has stayed in Saudi Arabia so long now. I think he likes the weather. I seen like Hat Man Strikes Back, and he was talking about him being weight drained or, and that the heat over there is stupid. But I think Joshua was accustomed to it. And that's another factor. The heat index is something that you really want to take into account because I don't think that's Usyk's best training environment coming from a colder area. You know what I mean? That Artur better be type Siberia, Eurasia type weather is a lot different from the Middle East, bro. Shit around the equator. Maybe promoters should stop paying prisoners to then you will see some of the baddest men. Oh, should start paying prisoners to then you will see some of the baddest men on the planet. Who do you see AJ or Fury AJ and Privilege? Soy boy YouTubers. Okay. Who else are you see winning in Ben and Eubank? Eubank Jr. Eubank will beat Ben. If he gets beat by Ben, he better retire, like he said. And he's put himself in a bad position. He put himself in a do or die position. I mean, that just shows confidence or overconfidence. You can now compare Ruiz Jr. with Usyk, and Usyk is undisputed cruiserweight champion. You cannot compare. Okay. No, but then not as far as accomplishments go, Unicat, but they both beat Anthony Joshua. So yeah, you can compare them all day long. Now, how good of a comparison? That's another story.
Usyk will be destroyed in 3 rounds. Mark my words. Oof. Man, I like those definite predictions, bro. Gotta love them.
If Sean Porter stayed at 154, what would he do? How do you think he would do if he moved up to 160? I'm not sure. I mean, depends on how strong he is. Samuel, Kurt, what do you think about AJ and Usyk's undercard? I mean, it's okay thus far. I mean, I'm really focused on really seeing the heavy. I'm Hergovic and Zile Zhang. Kurt, he could have followed up. He just didn't because he was content on boxing. He just didn't do it. Do you think the war will have an impact on this fight? A lot of Ukrainians to deal with on a negative could be a positive. Skrilla 50, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. What will happen if Usyk hits Joshua? Have you think about that? I mean, he's hit Joshua all the first fight, dude. What do you mean? Hit him with some great shots. Shots that Joshua did not see. Joshua took them, though. It wasn't, if Joshua couldn't take the shot, that motherfucker would be down. It ain't like Klitschko hit him. Usyk don't have Klitschko power. Klitschko's a bigger dude. He's a bigger specimen. He's a totally different guy. You know what I'm saying? Usyk will attack. He will not let AJ do what he wants. No, he won't. How do you analyze fighters and stay in them unemotional feelings and keep it 100? Remember, they ain't related to you. You don't know them. And even if you do know them, you have to remember, like, yo, let's keep it real. Because, it's just you have to understand what people have, and you can't deny what a person has regardless if you like them or not. And a lot of people get drug into that. You know what I'm saying? James Bash in the building. Counterpunch to you, brother, coming in with that super chat. I agree, Kurt. Though I got AJ, I think Usyk is going to lead him to deep waters in the later rounds and then take him out. Usyk is a ring genius. I think Usyk, I don't know. You know what, James? I'm going to go as far as to say this, right? I'll say this. I believe that Usyk won't do that this time. I believe that I think Usyk tried to do that the last fight, regardless of what people say. I think Usyk tried to take Joshua out the last round. Now, did he try to do that the whole fight? I don't think he tried the whole fight, but I think he tried the last round. And I think this is what he's going to do. I think Usyk is going to try to take Joshua out about 8 or 9. I don't think it'll go to the championship rounds if it's going to be a stoppage by Usyk, okay? Because Vladimir Klitschko had that same thing, right? He tried that same game plan. Do you guys remember Vladimir's game plan for Joshua? Drag him into deep water, take this kid, this young lion, this unexperienced person, right? Take him there and drown him. But what he did was he gave Joshua the opportunity to recoup. That's why Joshua got that win. So I think Usyk, he's smart. I think he thinks like, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to, in fact, take out Joshua right when he's tired and then press the gas. Put my foot all the way to the floor. I would love to see Frank Sanchez and Michael Hunter. You know what? Me too. Let's see it now, because what I notice is a lot of these fights don't happen simply because the platforms are not big enough. So I think with these big fights, they need to use these bigger fights like this as an opportunity to promote some fights that we already want to see. Like we've had some hella fights though, like some hella undercards. Like we had Frank Sanchez and Efe Ajagba. That was classic. Why? Because it was on the same night as Wilder taking on Fury the third time. because the money, the audience was still there. So the exposure was there. If that makes sense. The exposure was there. I think Usyk is too good of a boxer. Only way AJ wins if the judges help him win. In the scorecards, Usyk can be robbed. Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, if he wasn't robbed in England, you know, not say he couldn't be, because Middle East I think is AJ's like second home, but I don't think it could be. I don't think it could be close. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it could be close, so the judges can find some type of leeway to give it to him. Rob Dog, big up KD. Have you made a prediction yet? Absolutely, man. Check it out. Check it out, brother. You got to check it out on the videos. You know, um, if Usyk is 15 kilograms more than in the first fight, he has a strategy to KO Joshua. 15 more powerful but less speed. Well, if it's less speed, that could be still a problem because people act like Joshua's just slow. Said it before the fight, AJ will lose every round till he knocks Usyk out. The sentiments are still the same. If Usyk is coming in, Usyk coming in a lot heavier, then it's a new territory for him. Absolutely, Matt. I think so. What I heard from the sources, he is very prepared 100% for this fight. I've heard that too. He said he kept him long. Sounds like Rob McCracken. Keep him long. Keep him long. Keep him long, lad. Keep him long. Ing Brute, counterpunch to you. Yeah, the zone has a shitload of fighters, bro. How many fights? Like 4 or 5? Badu Jack walking in the building for his media workout, guys. We got Dion W. My guy Kurt finally caught you live. Never get notified anymore. Dion W. Man, I'm look. Thank you for that dub. But yeah, I don't know what's up with YouTube, bro. I don't know what's up with them. They don't. I mean, look at look how many people are here. So that tells you I don't think no one's getting notified, and it's sad, bro. I should have at least 1,000 people on here, at least. This is Anthony Joshua, Oleksandr Usyk media workout, and we have 47 people in the chat. So yeah, dude, you're not the only one. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. People watch this afterwards, like, damn, Kurt was live. Like, yeah, shit. It's just YouTube. They don't do that. The only thing that and it's crazy. It's like, let's tell 46 people to unsubscribe and then subscribe, and then they'll get notifications. But then it's like, it's only 46 people that's going to know that I said that. You know what I mean? So the same people will come on because that's, I think it's like rebooting the server or whatever it is, some type of tech bullshit that they got going on over there. But appreciate the love, brother. Definitely. Dracula Count. Wrong game plan for Usyk, just like AJ's last time. This time Usyk will praise third round KO. I think Usyk has to attack AJ, but has to be careful. An uppercut, the biggest asset of AJ, is the uppercut. Understand, AJ, though, AJ has to time that. And then normally when he times it, though, remember, AJ is kind of like one of those fighters. You got to be careful with AJ. AJ will cuff you with that. If he misses with that jab, he immediately cuffs you because he doesn't want you countering him. So it's some dirty shit though. If you think about it, let me jab you, then cuff you back under, so that move that takes you out of position to punch him, but he also has you to a semi submission kind of form. Okay, Badu Jack had to jack. Man, his face was jacked up. He was the one that got his face split open. If you guys can remember. Yeah, there is no notifications. Yeah, Gizzo, it's terrible. It is terrible. But yeah, everyone on the chat, try unsubscribe and then subscribing and hitting the bell icon. And I think that may help. I think that may fix the problem. But to tell over 70,000 fucking people that's going to be kind of impossible. You know what I mean? People just think like, dude, I haven't heard from him anymore. But it's not just me; it's other people. Like I would go like, dude, whatever happened to so and so? And then you go to their page, and it's like, dude, they just uploaded a video like 3 hours ago. So you're like, well, okay, what the hell? Because you know what's going on with that. I've always liked Badu Jack. Badu Jack has good fundamentals. Very concrete, very quick. Usyk hits harder with his left hand. Yeah, he does. Her Juice got knocked out during the media workout. Hey man, who's Juice? Kurt, you think AJ Gas is out if he doesn't get a Usyk out of there in 5 or 6 rounds? I think if he doesn't KO Usyk early, Usyk will dominate him in the second half of the fight and probably finish him. I mean, that's a fair assessment. Because you remember that almost happened. That almost happened last time when Joshua wasn't even trying to finish him. So imagine if AJ then tries to, I'm going to give it all I got for 5 or 6 rounds. He ain't going to have shit left. And then Usyk's going to be like, okay, aha, aha. But I don't know. If Joshua beats him, then guess what? Everyone's like, oh, shit. Then everyone changes. It's hilarious, bro. It's just crazy how people change. It's just what you can show a person is a lot better than what you tell a person. Actions is one of the most powerful things on the planet. Actions. I knew he would win. No, you didn't. No, you did not, lad. You did not know he was going to win. That is absolute poppycock. Absolutely. Dion W, come on, let's hit that like. We need at least 50. I know, right? We got 55 people in here. Dion, thank you once again. Dion W coming in with that love once again. People, you need to get like Dion in this piece. Teresa Brown, you are the absolute best, Kurt. Thank you, Teresa Brown. Keep those lovely vibes and comments coming. Unicat. I'm very surprised how people say AJ is going to knock Usyk out 3 rounds. It's very easy to talk, but to make it is very difficult. Hey, I agree on that. I mean, I do agree. I do absolutely agree. I think that Usyk will give anybody problems. Let's look at it this way. What if Usyk loses? And here's the sad thing about boxing, the sport that I love that I hate so much. Joshua is this pawn for all the tough people that are untapped. See, people talk about Usyk all blown up middleweight. He doesn't belong in the division. I would slap him around. Deontay Wilder says, you know what? You better stay your ass at cruiserweight. Dillian White says, you know what? I would slap him around the ring. He has no business up here. He's too small. You have these guys. Blown up middleweight, says Tyson Fury, right? So we have all these guys. We have all these guys with all these comments about Usyk, but then nobody fights this motherfucker except Joshua. Yeah, go ahead, Joshua. It's like this. Here's Dillian White, right? Dillian White, damn, Badu Jack's really quick. I like his combinations. But anyway, here's Dillian White. Yeah, I would knock him down in the ring and slap him around. He's too little. He's too little. I'll slap him around. He's too little. He needs to stay there. He needs to stay fighting Tony Bellew. He's the best in that time. He can't come up here with these big guys. Anthony Joshua, get him. Here's Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is, oh, the big dog. He's a blown up middleweight. He's a little guy. I will never fight him in a million years. I will slap him around the ring. Make him my bitch. He can suck my balls. Anthony Joshua, get him. Deontay Wilder. Yeah, I think he need to stay his ass down there at cruiserweight. Hell, because he get fucked up coming up here. Go ahead, Joshua. Get him. you know, I mean that's how it is, man. So everybody like, yeah, I can beat him, but someone else fight him. Kurt, how would you react if AJ and KO Usyk and calls out Wilder? Dude, it would be mad. It would be ecstatic. I would be ecstatic because that's exactly like that's what I want to see. Look, I'm tired of looking at Tyson right now. Tyson has done his thing. Tyson's talk retirement. Let Tyson say what he's going to do. He can always come back like he always does. Floyd did it. You know, Badu really put in some work, guys. He worked up a pretty good sweat. You know what I mean? He put some great combinations together. But back to the question, Brandon. Yeah, dude. I want to see. I want to see Joshua and Wilder. I think Joshua and Wilder should be in Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? I think it should be in Madison Square Garden. I think Joshua should come back to the States. Remember, he still needs to show the American fans that he's still a champion. Okay. And a champion, what do? They fight all over the world, not just UK and Saudi Arabia. Come over here to the States like you did when you took that first L of your career against an unknown Andy Ruiz. Come here to redeem yourself to take on the Bronze Bomber in Madison Square Garden. Let's do it. Fuck it, Vegas. Why not? You know what I mean? T-Mobile Arena or Mandalay Bay, somewhere. U.S. Let's go. You know what? Let's have it at Texas Stadium. Why not? Let's go hard. Let's go hard. Usyk is 6'3", White is 6'4", too little. I know, right? Is your English why you support Usyk? Wait, if you're English, why do you support Usyk? You probably didn't even know Usyk 2 years ago, so you're either unpatriotic or racist. You sad British twats. Damn, Andrew came with the counterpunch. Wow, that's crazy. Um, well, here's the thing, though. I think a lot of people uh, hate AJ. They hate AJ because he's too whatever. You know, I don't get how people are saying AJ Usyk doesn't belong in a heavyweight when he's literally the same size as Muhammad Ali. Plus, he's heavier and still did not gas out against Joshua in 12 rounds. Julian Falcon, great, great counterpunch. Did you guys? You look. I got to put this up here, right? That's so true. It's true because people have got so carried away with just bigger size perception fighters. Like, oh, the base model heavyweight is 5'6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". And then you're looking at it, you're like, okay, well, yeah, those guys are big and all, but that doesn't mean that, you know, we've seen three guys so long that's been in the heavyweight division for that long. You know, that's what we get. Antoine Gorham, great impressions. Appreciate you, brother. Usyk definitely belongs in the heavyweight division. Appreciate that love, man. Thank you, Antoine or Antwine Gorham or Gorham. Yeah, Gorham. There you go. Would you say 2022 has been one of the best years of boxing since 680? I don't know. It's been all right. Labrador Bori. I don't hate any of them. Life is too short. Live Life is too short for shit like that. Absolutely. I do not hate AJ, but when he lost to Ruiz and quit, that moment was terrible for AJ. Well, I don't think he quit. I think he was just out of gas. You know, fatigue makes cowards of men. Remember that. You get tired, dude. See, it's easy to do or say anything when you have the energy to do or say anything. When you don't, more than likely you won't. Do you think Usyk is in for a surprise in this rematch? I hope so, Brandon. You know what I mean? I hope Joshua comes as the best challenger that he could possibly be. Have they found Chris Eubank Sr. yet? I don't know, bro. I don't know if he's still talking to his son. I don't know if he's still not talking to his son. You know? B Biz. Hi, everyone. Counterpunch to you. Big Biz in the building. St. Don, not telling you. Oh, let me see. I wonder how Miller versus Ruiz would play out. Oh man, that would be a good fight. It would be like a polar bear taking on a rhino. I do not like AJ's style. He is too robotic. Can't wait to see this fight. I'm with you. Be biz. I am with you. Where do you think this fight ranks in the scale of heavyweight rematches? I don't know, man. It's up there. And I think as of right now, this is the fight that we need to be focusing on. You know, this fight is very, very, very interesting. You know what I mean? It's interesting until it won't be. But then I hope this is the type of fight that we'll talk about for the next 2 or 3 months. You know what I mean? This fight week, people. Let's get excited, dude. Let's get them. Is Chris Eubank Jr. jealous of his son's relationship with Roy Jones? I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. But I mean, it's Roy though. I mean, you know, it's Roy Jones. Brandon, I mean, he would be the best of this era. Crawford would, if he beats Spence, he's the best pound for pound. He's the best of this era. He's going down in the Hall of Fame anyway. 3 weight classes, two undisputed. Come on, man, two undisputed. Because if he beats Errol Spence has 3 belts. He fights one guy, gets the rest of the 3 belts. He already has the WBO. He obtains the rest. So he becomes undisputed in 2 weight classes, bro. Junior welter and welter. Now he could retire right then. Yep, I would go for it. He don't have anything else to prove. You know what I mean? Unless he just keeps going up and up and up and up. But then, you know, is it really necessary? Because like sometimes, you know, people expect too much out of one fighter. And I think people did that with Canelo. I think people expected Canelo to fight every fucking body. And it's like the people you want him to fight every fucking body. Did that happen? No, it didn't. You know? Fight David Benavidez. Fight Jamal Charlo. Okay, did Jamal Charlo fight David Benavidez? No. Fight Caleb Plant. Okay, did any of those guys fight Plant? No. Fight Callum Smith. Did Callum Smith fight any of these guys? None of these guys fought each other. Fight week, let's effing go. I'd like Wilder to fight the winner if Fury stays retired. I hope Fury stays retired long enough for that to happen. You know what I mean? And then Fury shouldn't come back out unless Wilder wins. And then Wilder can say, I want Fury. I've always wanted Fury. Fury was the first one to take my L. Now it's time to give him hell. Bars. I knocked out Joshua like I told y'all. Or I knocked out Usyk. And now y'all sick. Now let's do it. And everybody else, y'all can suck my bars. What's your counterpunch on Bivens' simple but effective 1-2 style? I like it, Brandon, and it just shows you those are great fundamentals of a pure boxer, and it shows you what a pure boxer can do with a guy that is as talented as Canelo Alvarez, especially with his counterpunch ability. See, if you can't counter and you're a counterpuncher, what else do you have to offer? That's what you learned about Canelo. I learned that about him with Erislandy Lara. You know, Erislandy Lara was a guy that 1-2. Jab, 1-2. 1-2, jab, 1-2. You know, I mean, pure boxer. Use the ring. The ring's your friend. You don't have to block every shot. Get out the way. Move side to side. Circle around. You know, keep it long. See, people hate styles. Canelo poker face be like, I know, right? Renee, I know. When Wilder could not beat Fury, nobody will beat Fury never. Well, the problem is if we thought like this, nobody can beat Fury. That means nobody could have beat George Foreman. That means Muhammad Ali should have never fought Foreman. In this era, Muhammad Ali never would have fought Foreman to see how good Muhammad Ali was ever. Right? All we seen is what? And we didn't even see that because at least Frazier fought Ali first. You know what I mean? It's just like that's just like this. Okay. That's just like Joshua fighting Wilder. Okay. And then Wilder beats Fury. I'm sorry. Yeah. Wilder beats Joshua. And then Fury is that guy that's been out of pocket. So Joshua's defeated. So he's like, okay. And then Tyson Fury comes in and blows out Wilder. But then Fury never fights Joshua. Wilder has a tremendous punching power. He knocks Joshua out. He can. Lara's footwork against Canelo was exceptional. Yeah, people just think it was just running because people wanted Lara to fight him like all the other dumbass fighters did. Let me stand in front of Canelo and let him set traps based on what I do in front of Canelo. If you stand in front of Canelo, Canelo can do he has a counter for everything that you're going to throw. Right hand, left hook, uppercut, jab. He has a counter for all that if you're in front of him. That's what people expected Lara to do. Lara didn't do that. Lara stayed on the outside. He used his long 74-inch reach. He set up every time Canelo dropped his his left hand a little. Bow! There comes the left. Then he would move. That's what happened. It was easy peasy. We got Callum Smith. Speaking of the devil, he's back into the ring. The big Billy Goat, I call him. AJ will win. Usyk has gained too much weight. Quan's big guns coming in with his prediction. We'll see what he is like Friday. He might do some shredding. Kurt, would have Better Beef done worse to Canelo? No, because Better Beef would have been coming at Canelo like Canelo wanted him to do. That's the difference. Bivol did not do that. Bivol was not that type of fighter. He's not going to sit there and stand in front of a guy that's known to counter you. Counter punches are one of the that's the most dangerous punches because you don't expect anything coming back. You know, I just can't see AJ beating Wilder. Well, there's a lot of things you can't see until it happens. And seeing is believing. I like Usyk's chances against Fury. Fury is not in his prime anymore. He won't be as fit as he was and he fought Wilder in the second fight. Fury is slower and has worse conditioning now. Usyk can beat him. Well, Usyk's older anyway. And if Tyson Fury's not in his prime, then when the hell was he ever in his prime? So you mean to tell me, according to your logic, well, maybe he was in his prime when he wasn't even fighting at the time. Bars. Boxing basic. Lara bare minimum should have got a draw. He was robbed in that fight. Yeah, it should have been a draw. And then Oscar De La Hoya could decide not to get his fighter back in the ring with Lara again. You know what I mean? But Lara would have still, okay. Then people would have always questioned that fight. See, Canelo had to win that fight convincingly. That's what had to happen. Why? Because if he didn't win convincingly, people will always bother Canelo about having that rematch. You know what I mean? And then there couldn't be a solid justification for a fight with Canelo Alvarez. I mean, with Miguel Cotto, right? Who do you think would be a nightmare matchup for Fury? Oleksandr Usyk. Somebody like Joe Joyce, a big guy. But then, it's crazy. I mean, I would like to see Joyce versus Tyson Fury. Fury has more advantages: his size, his speed, his stamina, his power. He is a complete fighter. Well, we just got to see. Unicat, how long has Fury been a complete fighter to you? Just a question. Didn't like Usyk gain much weight yesterday. Didn't look like Usyk gained much weight. I mean, he didn't gain a massive amount of weight. He's probably more cut than he was. Maybe he's training a little harder. James Bash, appreciate that love, brother. Little, huge, small, it's all in all. Thank you, brother. Bars. Can't wait to bruv. Still shocked they bottom or button. Still shocked they button. Fury is still in his prime, but a Fury fanboy may say Fury is past his best to accept retirement. That's a man. That's deep. Dracula count. Bivol should work with Don King this time, so he doesn't have to worry about paying him. I know, right? Only in America, baby. Picture can always be manipulated to deceive. Usyk is not going to look that big come fight night. I mean, especially to Joshua anyway. You know what I mean? And then Joshua doesn't really look all that big though to me. But I mean, the dude like Joshua's built like different. He has like big ass neck, big arms, small waist. You know what I mean? Big thighs, little calves. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't. You know, he's fit. You know what I mean? Fury be off and on. He is a part-time boxer. Part-time boxer. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Fury is better with sugar. Hill because he uses better size and his advantages. Well, he's not with Sugar Hill. Fury is better with Sugar Hill. Fury picked his spots on who to fight, so I can't crown him the best heavyweight when there is a lot to be desired for other matchups. Skrilla 50. Realest shit I heard yet. What do you want from me? Teresa Brown impressions the best. Absolutely. Kurt fantasy fight. Riddick Bowe versus Wilder. Ooh. I don't know, man. Riddick Bowe was a beast, though. He was a big bastard, too, and he was big for his size in the 90s. He was a big menacing bastard. He just didn't want none of Lennox Lewis, though. You know? Hiam, the one, boxing. Usyk has never fought a rematch before professionally. If you get a chance to see him for the second time, you can be better prepared for him. Just a thought. Hey, that's a good point. That is a great point. Great counterpunch because, I mean, that is true. I mean, you can't argue with that. This is the first time he's fought someone twice. So everyone's just thinking, oh, he's going to do work better the first time. I mean, well, damn, what if he don't? You know what I mean? What if he don't? AJ looks a protein and his traps just swell. AJ built different. Riddick Bowe would punish Wilder. I mean, Wilder would try to knock him out, I would like to see Wilder taking on someone like Michael Grant. You remember Michael Grant? Probably not. If you didn't watch boxing in the 90s and early 2000s, you won't know who the hell that is. But Michael Grant, he was a pretty good heavyweight. He was a big guy. His size was what made him so menacing. I seen him fight Lewis. That was sad, boy. Wow. He tried to fight Lewis, man. He went at Lewis. I mean, he ran over there. Oh! And he punched himself out, and Lewis came and knocked him right out. I think it was the first round, or maybe it was the second round. I don't know, man. But he had him going. That shit was funny. That shit was funny, guys. That shit was it was classic. Fury has mentioned Ngannou, Chisora, and even Thor. He retired, but still talks about fighting everyone. Fury is full of BS. You full of bullshit. AJ got this boy's trust. Robo Dog coming in, showing that patriotism. Lennox Lewis Ali make Mike Tyson best of all times. I think Usyk has to believe that he will win. Without self-belief, you will not win. You have to believe that you will win. Unicat. Coming in with that knowledge. What? He says, I'm not a casual. I know knowledge. Scance Rants. Wilder would have got Grant out of there quick. Yeah, just catching him. Just catching him. And especially if Grant gave him any space. You give Wilder space, you ask him to get knocked out. You better crowd him you better fight Wilder like Bryant fought Luis Ortiz. Just come right at him and stay at his chest. And don't let him move. And just work him. Chisora saying Tyson is bipolar made me laugh. He's bipolar, bro. He's a bipolar. Here we go, guys. Co-main event time. Do. Zile Zhang. Zile Zhang. Zile. There he is, 39 and in his prime. I'm like, dude, where the hell you been all this time? Bars. Big Bang. Zilly Zang. 6'6", another big guy, right? This is gonna be a good fight, you know what I mean? Because like this is the do or die between these guys because these guys have been kind of like on the back burner in the sports of the boxing world, the heavyweight division for a long time, and then like so if any of them loses, they're just gonna be more and more avoided because then it will be justification why you're avoiding them. Like, oh, we don't want him because he got beat by this guy. You know what I mean? The reason why the Fury fan base is so incredibly annoying is because they are a combo of British sports fans and Mike Tyson fans. Two things that just scream extreme toxicity. Yeah, man, I like Mike Tyson. I like Mike Tyson. Pick up Joshua for taking this rematch and jumping straight back in. I hope Joshua gets the knockout and beats Fury. I mean, I just want to see the fights. And Usyk is the resistance, bro. If Usyk beats Joshua, we'll probably never see Fury. Look, only way we see Fury and Joshua is if Usyk beats them both. Counterpunch. Usyk would have to beat Joshua and beat Fury for you see to see a Fury Joshua fight. But that shit'll trust me, that shit'll be like Amir Khan and Kell Brook fight at that point. Because nobody would have nothing to offer, just them. Former champions. It'll do good, but I mean it won't do what it could or should have or could have. Simon Breakwell, Joshua cannot beat Fury in a million year. Don't get me wrong, I love Mike Tyson. He is my favorite fighter, but let's be honest here. His fan base is shit. I mean, Tyson himself, it depends. Like, I mean, I was a huge Tyson fan, so I was a part of that shit fan base, especially before he fought Lennox Lewis. I hated Lennox Lewis. I couldn't stand him. When he beat Tyson, I was used to watch that fight again to expect something else. Like, you ever done that? Watch the fight knowing damn well you've already saw it, but expect to see something different? With my insane ass. And Lennox Lewis beat him again and again and again the same way. Fury don't come out to fight Usyk. No, he ain't gonna fight Usyk. Why should I fight Usyk? He's a blown up middleweight. He can suck my balls. I'm not doing that. Donald, I know, right? You did the same thing. I know I'm not alone then. John Fury was also a Tyson fan and he pulled a man's eye out with a spoon. Yeah, that's true. But did Tyson do that though? Zili Zhang fights a lot like Luis Ortiz. Southpaw has a heavy jab and a right hook. You know what I mean? Really kind of a counter puncher. He lures guys in. Kind of has a cat and mouse style. You know, you're really good at mimicking people's voices. Yeah, I mean, I hear people, and you know what I mean. It's a trip. Been doing it since birth. Mulenga Peter, appreciate you, brother. I heard Usyk says Quan Big Guns. I heard Usyk will go back to the Ukraine after the fight. That's not what the fans want to see. We want to see him fight the next guy. I mean, depends on what he does. I think, but he's understand this. Quan, he's not going back to stay fighting. He's going to go back like as an ambassador, like as a representative. I don't know where the hell that's going to be in the Ukraine, but I mean, the Ukraine is a big country, so I think he's just going there back for moral support to be in the country that is being attacked. I don't think he's going. He's not going to do that. They said he wasn't. They said no. He's going to be more of a like ambassador. You know what I mean? Representative. You know. Example. You know what I mean? Example Ukrainian. Because I was thinking, what the hell is that word? Orgullo. You know what I mean? I know it in Spanish, but I'm thinking, well, okay. Example, like a fellow example person that you want to be. Zili Zhang. I just wonder if Zili Zhang still has enough. I mean, even if he has a title shot, like, dude, he's 39. You know, I mean, I think it depends on how he lives, though. He's going back to kill a few Russian soldiers as a part of his preparation for the Fury fight. He did that for this fight. Quan Big Guns. I think the world should just nuke all of OK. No, I don't think that. Not because one mad ass wants to do that type of shit. No. Imagine that shit. You know what, Quans? Big guns. People think that shit. They want to put their big guns on the U.S. sometimes. They look at America as the Great Satan. You never heard that? So if people had choices, they would. You don't want to have that type of mindset, bro. Let's pump your brakes. Stop the train. I salute all, and do not forget Fury is the number one heavyweight in the planet. Yeah, well, he's retired now. Cool. Okay. Well, I mean, everybody's eyes are on the prize, man. That's what it's about. Elimination. Oh, Evander Holyfield is there. He's there to support Usyk. You know that, right? Because that's Usyk's idol, Evander Holyfield. You know what I mean? And if you look at Usyk, what he's done in the sport thus far, he's done like what Holyfield's done. You know? That's crazy, man. And everything. I agree with everything Johnny Nelson has said. Which, if you notice, Johnny Nelson, I think he had to kind of, add a little bit of more love and more compliments towards Usyk because he got a little backlash about Usyk, saying that Usyk is just a a normal or fighter. There's Derek Chisora. Whoa, Chisora. I want more money, man. These guys want me to fight. I want more money. I'm just here to fight. I want to see them. I'm supporting AJ all the way, man. I want more money. Dog pound, man. Who's the donkey? Who's the donkey? Come on, AJ. I'm with you. Simon Breakwell coming in. I'm backing Joshua. I know he's up against it, but come on, AJ. Dracula counterpunch. Would be very bold to bet 200 on AJ. I feel like he has a chance of winning. Imagine the cash I'd get. I was actually thinking, honestly, man. I don't gamble, but I haven't put a bet or nothing like that. But I was honestly 100% honestly thinking about putting like 300 on AJ. Why? Because you make money doing it. You wouldn't make any money betting on Usyk. But like if you were going to aggressively bet and say, fuck it, this is the sport that I love that I hate so much. Can anybody tell me, right? Can anybody tell me what the betting odds are? I mean, I could call Showbiz the adult, but I was want to know if you guys know, like, what would be if you bet if you bet $300 on AJ to win by knockout, you know, how much money would you win? Because I want to know. I mean, I might do it. I might just say, you know what, YOLO, right? Can someone tell me that? Can someone tell me how much money I would win? Or do I have to just Google this shit? Come on, guys. I hope we're typing. I hope we're typing. Tell me some intel. Odds won't be good either way, I bet. No, that's not what I'm asking. I mean, can someone tell me how much money? Can someone tell me the odds? And based on the odds, how much would I make or win, rather, by gambling 300 on AJ to beat Usyk? Now you can't say, "Oh, you're AJ," no, because you already. If you guys know my prediction, you already know what I said about it. So, can someone help me, please? See, we got three more guys coming out. We got Hergovic, we got Joshua, then we got the champion Usyk. I think the odds for AJ is KO is like plus 300. AJ is at plus 175 against Usyk. Okay, so what does that mean? Can someone tell me how much money I would make? Because I don't gamble, so I don't know. I'm excited and also shitting them. Best way as a boxing fan, in my opinion, instead of walkovers. So how much money would I make? Can someone tell me that? Yeah, Teresa Brown. I know. Google it, right? Because nobody's saying shit. Put $1, get 175 back. Okay. Can someone do the math for me? Fucking hell. I'm not betting on this fight. Quan Big Guns. You would be smart not to, bud. Just enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Ooh-hoo. Ooh-hoo. Let's start the show. All right, so all right, let's do it. Sometimes you got to do it your damn self. Damn you guys. Let's see. Let's see, 175. Oh, 200 pays 800. Okay. Uh, oh, cool. That's not bad then. Not bad at all. 200 pays 800. That's not bad. You would earn back 525 if you bet 300. Yeah, I just did the math actually. Thank you, Julian. Yeah. So wait a minute, Dion W. Well, how the hell can you make if you bet 200 and make 8 and then make 525 if you bet 300? I don't know, man. Look, Gambling is something that it's one of those things that I definitely never really wanted to, just become a part of. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nerve wracking. Boxing isn't popular in China. Yeah, that sucks. Imagine if it was like the shit. Now, when Manny Pacquiao was fighting, they had a few events over there in Macau, China. Remember that? I remember he fought Brandon Rios, and I think he fought who else? Was he brought over there? I think it was what's the nutritionist, the model? What was that model's name? The odds be different on certain apps. I said, go for it. I'm confident it will end in a KO, but I don't gamble. Hey, Teresa Brown. I don't really either. Uncle Burnt apostrophe. What was Usyk doing with that donkey? I have no idea. What do you mean? Kurt, do it for the YOLO bet 300. I heard that, pimp. Where has Uncle C been? Man, it's crazy. You know what? I got some stuff I'm going to upload. I promise. I'll do it today. I'll try. Because I got to travel tomorrow or tonight, and I'm going back to my casa. So I'm going to definitely have some stuff. Dude is hilarious, dude. He is hilarious. You know? That dude is hilarious, man. He cracks me up. I'll see him. I'll see him too, and I'll see if he has some more. You know what I mean? So, um, and so like this is how it goes. Okay, his son sends me like because I talk to his son and because he's not a techie guy, so his son will send me like voice things of what he has to say about certain fighters that he saw. That's if he sees them, right? And he just talks and speaks his mind. You know what I mean? It's a cool thing. I'm gonna leave the stream now. Peace, lads. Julian Falcon, counterpunch to you, brother. Have a good day. God bless. Great. Okay, lads. Here is AJ coming in, man. He is coming in now. So Anthony Joshua's coming in. Kurt going quiet, putting a 300 bet on. Nah, I'm not, dude. I was just talking. It was a thought. I don't think I'll do it, though. You know what I mean? I mean, AJ looks big as hell, dude. He looks buff as shit. You know what I mean? Big, massive Colossus cat. He just has more hair. AJ doesn't look that much bigger than last time. No, I mean, no, he doesn't. But, you know, Teresa Brown coming in with that 3-time. Can I get a 3-time? Good fight. Good fight. We got look at Robert Garcia. He looks like a little midget compared to AJ. That's funny. The punches are so hard. Man, he punches hard. Yeah, because he's the biggest fucking guy you ever hit with your mitts, but I'm pretty sure he could probably dislocate your arm every time he slaps it. AJ is not as lean as other people were saying. He's a big dude. You know, we'll see though. I mean, it is dude, it's Tuesday, right? Ain't it Tuesday? Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Okay, cool. All right, I'm skipping a day. My bad. My fault. I'm trying to skip it along, lads. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. AJ seems to be very confident. Good snappy jab from AJ though. He's filling out those right hands. AJ will be TKO'd in the 8th round. Max Gallo says, "Let's go, baby. Let's go." Daniel Pines, 27. He's slapping with that uppercut. See, that's that one that's supposed to go to the body of the chest, though. Usyk versus Johnny Melson. Make the fight. I know, right? Ah, okay. See, you notice all these punches are uppercuts, right? Nice uppercut combination. His weight is distributed differently this time. Like Eddie Hearn said, it's about snatch and grab. Robert Garcia looks like a bit like a Super Mario Brother Mexican cousin edition. Don't show too much, AJ. I mean, he's not showing. He's just kind of, going through the ropes, taking the jab, jab right hand. Look at Robert going, oh, you got to bounce, go to side to side. Get him. look Garcia. Like he likes that though. You got to get in there. AJ has a Mexican, British, and Mexican American corner. That's it, man. It's fusion, baby. Yeah, you see how he's cutting off the ring? I like that though. Look how he's cutting off the ring. You got to go into fight mode, savage mode, and be ready to give it to him. You see how Garcia, you just go down to that body, dude. That left hook. See, that's what it's about. And then see, it works out well if he can execute it right. Because Joshua is that type of person. He's known for the left hook, right? That's his best punch. I think it's his best punch. The right uppercut's good, but I think that left hook is more uh actively that punch. That right uppercut is like that finishing move. That left hook is probably the best standard punch he has. But if he can target that left hook to the body, and if they've been working on that left hook to the body, look at AJ. Look at him. Fluid. 1 2. 1 2 3. He's kind of shaking off some those muscles, bro. If you look at him, he's shaking those muscles off because he knows, like, yo, that fluid builds up in those bitches, man. Those, dude, it's a great responsibility. Ryan, that ring looks tiny. Is that an actual ring? Yeah, it's an actual ring. I don't think it will be the ring, but it's an actual ring, right? That he really should be going to that body, though. He should be going to that body. AJ needs to assault the body to win this fight. Yeah, he needs to break the body down. He needs to stop Usyk from moving because if Usyk can move, he can fight. So if Usyk can move, he can box it. If he can box, he can fight. Look at AJ. He's sitting there, you know. Left hook lands. Joshua looks good on the pads. Yeah, I see they've been working on his movement too. Look at that body look. Look at that body work. Yeah, there you go. Right uppercut to the body. Left hook to the body. I'd laugh if the sparring partner didn't get the memo and KO'd. He's not showing everything, but he knows what's up. I mean, we're seeing enough. You see, like if you see how he's working the body like he's doing, yeah, that's definitely what he's. TV knowledge. I'm watching the live media workout, brother. So that's crazy, man. But I like that. I like the body assault. So I pretty much knew or figured rather what they were trying to do. Somebody come out and doing cartwheels and juggling tennis balls. that does look like it. I am Phil. Let's get ready to rumble. I am Usyk. I am Phil. I am very Phil. Ukraine forever. There you go. I like that. Knockout. Did he say Allah? Did he say Allah? Okay, here's Fast Eddie earn with Hearn. Fast Eddie herning. Is earning herning or herning earning? Big up Saudi.
Usyk gets better and better. He figures you out, and before you know it, you see him back in the change room. Get in there, get amongst them, make it pay. We come to this fight as challengers. AJ has nothing. It's really sweet, actually. In fact, we're used to that, don't we? And like you get to a point where, for years, it's been the AJ show. Let Usyk be the champ. Let him be pound for pound number one. You know when you stand there and you're looking in the other corner, and I'm looking over and I'm seeing all those belts. There's another one. This is wild. This is wild. And you just get to a point, you know, like when Andy Ruiz was standing there.
Look at Chisora walking back and forth in between him. Oh, I want more money, Eddie. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Look at Joshua with Holyfield with the goat. What? Me and Holyfield. That Holyfield. You think I can do it? Yes. Derek Chisora, who's the donkey? Who's the donkey?
Mentally, you could be drained in the fight before you're even in the ring. Because you look at the mastery, you look at the wizardry of Oleksandr Usyk, and you're in there and you're looking at his feet, and look at Bellew. Remember that fight? 6 rounds in, he's doing well, and then he just said, I just
Look at it. Look, Eddie Hearn sounds like he's like, look how, yeah, look, Lee Foster. Look, I was just saying that. Look how he sounds. His voice is higher. But trust me, you know. I don't know. Mike has his own stuff going. That would be dope though if Mike showed up. Like, yo, I love this. All due praises to Allah, my brother. Anthony Joshua, I think you got balls, but I think you need to take that, put that pain to him. You need to show this motherfucker that you ain't no fucking punk. Yeah, Eddie is hyped, ain't he? You see him. He has this nervous energy. Psycho Crusher, what's up, Kurt? Listening to you from work. Psycho Crusher, counterpunch to you, brother. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm making it better in every way. Bars. Ryan, no, he hasn't yet. Drumming for life. Salute. Bars with those representing CP. Yeah, look, Eddie, I know he's dude. Eddie's got to be like butterflies. Look at him. He ain't got no stomach. He probably ain't eating. He probably drinking coffee and no-dos and yeah, I haven't seen him like this either. This is a lot different, you know. You know what I mean? Look, this is a different Eddie Hearn right here, man. Eddie Hearn is in rare form. If AJ loses, Eddie loses two loads of money. That's right. You know that. That's simple. That happens. You know, and I bet you if Eddie would have still had Oleksandr Usyk as a talent, he wouldn't be sounding like his ass is, just got caught with a pound of cocaine in his car. Good man and a good father too. Chilling champ on baby duty right now while watching Kurt. That's what I'm talking about. Skrilla 50 multitasking in this piece. I do empathize with you, my brother. I do empathize with you, my brother. AJ is the best thing that happened to the Eddie Hearns. He should have a statue of him in his living room. Actually, he should. That's AJ. That's AJ when I got him from the Olympics. It's crazy. You guys hear Eddie? Speaking of Dracula. Look at Eddie, dude. He's selling it, dude. He is in high, rare form himself. Look at Eddie, dude. Eddie's in rare form, bro. I never seen Eddie. Has Eddie been taking some of that booger? Maybe he has. I'm not sure. I wonder how much weight Ruiz has gained so far. Maybe about 10 pounds. Okay, here's Alex Krusik. Eddie just went from fucking A to Z, didn't he? He on that Saudi coke, I know, right? I'm pumped. I'm like, dude, you're pumped. I'm pumped. Hey, calm down, Eddie. I'm pumped. I'm pumped, mate. Don't look steady. Uh-oh.
That's what he wants. That's what he's working for. He's not interested. He's not like caring much about money. He's not caring about glory, about fame. He's doing it now for his country. The war is unfortunately is taking place there. He wants his people in Ukraine to cheer up. He wants everyone, people in Ukraine supporting him. They want him to win because Ukraine needs victories. And at this stage, he wants to show his message. He wants to say his message to the world that Ukraine is the country of free, spiritual, smart, intelligent, strong, powerful people. And he does it with sports, with boxing. So whatever happens Saturday night, it will glorify his native country. He'll be wearing the colours of freedom on his top. Let me ask you, everybody, we have to work with what we've got here, and it's the World Heavyweight title. We don't expect every door to be open and we see everything. So we have to judge on what we see. The clips that have gone out, he does look more muscular. He does look bigger.
Uh-oh.
Some talk that maybe he doesn't, we're making too much of that. What do you think? Has he bulked up deliberately? Is he going to be significantly heavier, or are we just talking nonsense? First of all, I read in the internet that size doesn't matter. I'm not sure whether it's true, but I think it is. It doesn't matter at all. We've seen that in the first fight, you know what I mean? Usyk didn't have any goal to make himself bigger. All he did was just the exercises, boxing exercises that his corner, and he naturally went bigger. But I'm not sure whether it happened with his weight. It's just the angle of shooting.
Ah, okay. Deceiving angles, people. So we got to see how Usyk looks, and this is what I've been wanting to see. You know what I mean? Because the face off, not too much, because they're not facing off. But I definitely want to see how Usyk looks.
Challenging interview. He'll come out and he'll entertain and he'll probably juggle, dance, stand on a balancing ball and do all three that he's just done. He might do a mathematical equation. How is he? I mean, you haven't spent a hell of a lot of time with him. He had a horrific delay in Dubai to get here. That aside, how is he in himself? He's doing good. He had a hell of a camp. 3 months in Dubai. Well, you know the climate in Dubai. You know how normally a man should feel. So here it's a relaxing climate for him. So when he came back, it's like 10 degrees lower. So he's happy about that. It's like air conditioning outside.
Oh, nice.
Regarding his physical condition and mental condition, when we left Ukraine, it took us a while to recover. But he is a professional. When he comes to the training camp, he leaves everything behind him. So his focus is inside the ropes. So only this rectangle matters for him. And everything else he leaves behind, and it comes after the fight. So he's working.
If he's big, that's an advantage for Joshua, surely. When's the final weigh-in? Well, the final weekend, whenever these guys come about, when they, soon as these guys stop selling their fighter, we should be fine.
Obviously, we have to ask the question to Oleksandr, and he would never answer it. I am going to ask it to you. And whilst I'm not asking you about blueprint, game plans, tactics, Eddie Hearn's making that prediction that someone, one way or the other, will get knocked out in this fight. If I put it to you, one, does it matter how the victory comes? And two, could you see Oleksandr winning this fight inside the distance if he does everything that he's done in the gym and behind closed doors? I can agree with Eddie. It might finish within the distance. Both guys are well focused on finishing because it's too hot here to go the 12-round fight.
He said it's too hot to go to 12.
My prediction is his victory. What can I say? But that's why we love boxing. That's why there is no anticipation, actually. It's not predetermined. We're gonna see how Anthony managed to make him to But to improve mistakes sounds better for Usyk. You speak better English than I do. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. Thank you.
Too hot to go the distance.
I would let you finish your sentence, but I'm told that your man is ready.
So we can definitely tell. We can definitely tell who doesn't like this heat, right? People worrying Usyk is coming in too big, but Alex and his team have already repeatedly stated that he's coming in around the same weight as a fight, gain a few pounds, 224, 225, 221 neck traps for durability. Here we go, guys. Oleksandr Usyk.
Are you a married man who's addicted to pornography, is terrified of divorce,
The
is
hell?
considering marriage?
Here comes Usyk, guys.
The former undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world and the reigning, defending, undefeated, and
Unified.
heavyweight champion of the world, Panita Ponola Vitayo Oleksandr Usyk.
Here comes Usyk, guys, coming up. Damn, I thought that was his bodyguard. That's him. Damn, he does look big, though. AJ's neck and arms look thicker, but that's about it. I mentioned Usyk looks the exact same as the last fight. Appreciate that love, brother. James Bash coming in with that love. AJ knows Usyk can't put him down. You realize Usyk sent AJ to the hospital after the first fight, thought his eye socket was broken. He was clearly concerned about getting hit in fight one. Oof. I am very feel. Look, he tiring up them shoes. Make sure that foundation right. Make sure that foundation right, peoples. What we have here. Don't underestimate Usyk's power. No, I don't think you can. And if he's coming in tougher, stronger, bigger, you know. Oh. There's a delay here in Florida. That's all right. AJ also cracked Usyk's face. Well, I think that was a headbutt, I think. You know what I mean? But I mean you can't overlook the black eyes that he had. Dude, he was in a fight. Look at Usyk doing jumping jacks. Man, I miss jumping jacks. I can't wait to get back to the gym, bro. I still got maybe a week and a half before I can do anything. It's crazy. Usyk tried to put down Chisora, but he couldn't. Parker had no trouble. Parker's bigger, though, dude. You know. He did, but Usyk buzzed AJ more times. He did, but Usyk. He looks the same from the last press conference. And look, he's shadowboxing in Orthodox. That's crazy. Dude, if Usyk comes out in fucking Orthodox, I'm going to lose my shit. You know what I mean? That just shows like, dude, this dude is really coming in, you know, probably getting with Terrence Crawford. And him and Terrence Crawford are just, you know, sharing, you know, certain traps. Welcome to the big leagues, guys. This is heavyweight boxing. You know what I mean? Usyk has been where? He's blown up middleweight, cruiserweight, cool. Done everything down there. Fights a couple guys. Takes the bitch of the bunch of Anthony Joshua, takes him out. Now he has to fight Joshua again. Dude, this is where it happens. This separates the lions from the men. Bars. That's what we're talking about. That is exactly what we're talking about here. Usyk had a cut up face, and AJ was just swollen. Well, that means they were both in a fight. That's what it means. They just had different war wounds. Nothing more, nothing less. Usyk tried to knock Chisora out. No, he did not. His team even discussed that they fought every fight careful because they knew that they were ahead. No need for a risky KO. Please stick to facts. Important videos coming in. Uh-oh.
Definitely. I mean, it was interesting early on. An outstanding cruiserweight.
Yeah, Usyk's it's crazy. I'm gonna upload a video about Joe Rogan, bro. It's hilarious, man. But Usyk, Rogan was talking about Usyk. He was like, dude, he does all these like juggles and fucking backflips and shit, and he's all over the place. He's a real eccentric guy, man. I mean, he's just like this dude. He's just like he's real strange. They called him the fucking cat. You know, he's there with Mike Tyson. Yeah, the motherfucker's bad. He's a bad motherfucker, man. You didn't think he's gonna do that shit, but he fucking pulled it off, and man, you know, he's doing all this crazy shit. He's all this crazy stuff. And I never seen a fucking guy like him, man. Really, one quite like him. And you know, Josh was big and fucking massive. Then I rewatched the first fight and scored it 9-3. You know what? I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna kind of lay back after this live stream. Look what he's doing, dude. He's doing jumping jacks. He's dancing. He's going side to side. You don't see the mitts or no shit like that. You know, you just see him. You know, he's using his legs. He's dipping. He's slipping. You know what I mean? He's bobbing side to side. He's doing somewhat of the peekaboo style from Mike Tyson, but he's making a dance out of it. You know what I mean? He threw like one uppercut just then. But other than that, okay, there's a 1-2. Okay. You know, it's crazy. He's showing his own athletic kind of eccentric way of shadow boxing, and it's insane. You know, he almost reminds me of a bigger, stronger Ukrainian version of a fighter called Jorge Paez, if you guys remember him back in the day, and he was very eccentric as well. Shannon Briggs said that Usyk trains by walking upside down and training hands for an hour. Yeah, motherfucker. Let's go, champ. Usyk, he trains walking upside down on his hands for an hour. That's crazy. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Important videos. Did you even watch the fight? Usyk went for the KO in the final round as well. Counterpunch. McLovin. Fury won't fight Usyk if he wins. Duck emoji. Ooh. Not McLovin coming in. What does he have there? Look, he's doing some kind of strange things. Look, he's picking up. He's putting coins on his fingernails and he's flipping them and catching them. I don't know how many he has. I think he has like 3. He has sets of 3 coins. Now check this out. Usyk has sets of 3 coins. He's flipping them and he's catching all 3 of them. That's the type of shit he does. Like these mental and reflex training drills that he does. You know, so it's crazy. Yeah. And he's just like, Usyk reminds me of a circus performer. It's crazy. He reminds me of that guy from Game of Thrones. What's his name? Pharrell? The guy that taught Arya how to fight, like the river dancer with the stick. If you guys remember that guy, he reminds me of that dude. He's very talented, but he's just kind of like, he does things like unorthodox. There he is. So he 4 coins. Yeah, it's crazy. So he's, I mean, what boxer thinks to do this type of shit? That's what makes him dangerous because he's just too different to be like taken lightly. You know what I mean? Like you don't take guys that do this type of shit lightly. You got to kind of start realizing like, yo, what am I really dealing with here? Am I dealing with a boxer or am I dealing with somebody else that just happens to box that really does some other stuff? Because he's showing us some other stuff right now. You know? Here's 4 coins. Look at him. He throws them up 1, 2, 3, 4, and he gets all 4 of them. It's like this is like a fucking trick, abracadabra, magical. You know, it's a trip. I am Phil. I am very Phil. He thinks outside the box. That's why he's so good. Exactly. Yeah, you said it better than I could. That's why you got it on the thing. SJ coming in. Counterpunch member in the building. That's why you're Counterpunch member. Because you think outside the box. All jokes aside, I'm from London, but this guy could wipe out both Brits and the rest. Ooh, Dracula count. Did I just hear you say that? Wait, dog. Wait a minute, dude. I heard that Usyk drinks Petro for breakfast instead of tea. Well, yeah. I mean, Usyk, I don't think they drink tea like that over there. Hell, I don't drink tea. I mean, we don't do that like that over here. Maybe in New England. You better add some whiskey to it or something. Yeah, I mean, that was a strange, eclectic, different media workout. You didn't even, he came here by himself. He didn't even need anyone to like make him like, you know what I mean? Train or warm up. Mark David Muego. Good morning, Kurt from LA land. How you doing? Man, I'm doing better, bro. A lot better. Usyk has fast hands. He does. He just, you know. Kurt, if AJ gets Usyk in the back on the back foot, how do you think he'll react under the pressure? Same way he did the last time.
It's been very difficult the last few months for him. But for all of you, how pleased is he that fight night is now here?
All I can say at this point is respect to both fighters for taking the tough fight with real contenders. May the best man win. And thank you to both for the entertainment. Important videos. Absolutely, brother.
Has it been difficult to focus on boxing at any time the last few months? People have been talking about his weight a lot, what he might weigh, pictures of him. He looks pretty big. Any chance he can tell us what he's going to weigh?
Відео кажуть про те, що ти ніби збільшився в розмірах. Чи буде це якось видно на вагах? Можливо, ти скажеш нам дещо раніше, чи будеш ти більше важити?
He's like,
You'll see it on the scales.
no, that's true.
From that first fight with Anthony Joshua. How much did he learn about Anthony Joshua in that first fight?
Як багато ти вивчив про Ентоні Джошуа в першому поєдинку?
Я за ним 10 років спостерігаю.
I've been watching him for 10 years already.
Okay, he's keeping his cards close to his chest, which is understandable. Just one final one. Everybody in Ukraine is going to be able to watch this fight free.
That was a good counterpunch.
How pleased is he that that's the situation?
В Україні зараз повинен цей бій безкоштовно. Наскільки ти цим задоволений?
Дуже задоволений. Слава Богу, за це ми всі над цим попрацювали.
I'm very pleased about that. Thanks God for everything. We all worked hard on it.
Okay, thanks very much. Maybe work hard there, but that's no problem. Best of luck on the night.
Thank you very much.
Man, that was a interesting media workout, bro. Very interesting. Daniel Pines, 27. Yeah, coins are for jab speed and reflex. It's an old practice. You can see it in a documentary about him just before the Bellew fight. You know, it just shows you, those type of things actually work, and then it's how you execute them. SJ coming in with that $10 love. Kurt, if Usyk stuns AJ again, do you think he goes in for the kill this time, or will he just be cautious like last time? I think he'll do it strategically. I think he won't just hurt him and then jump the gun. I don't think Usyk does anything outside of the game plan of his camp. I think his obedience of how he trains and how he focuses and on how he obeys and takes commands and orders, I think that what makes him more dangerous simply because um he doesn't do anything on his own to the point where I'm going to do something out of order. I think AJ fighting um Usyk is going to do certain things on certain times just because it was in the plan to do anyway. I don't think he'll do anything unorthodox to that point. Everything unorthodox you see Usyk do, it's outside the ring. Like all this. I stand with Ukraine. Let me show you a little something different than hitting the mitts. You know what I mean? Like those are the type of things that he does different, you know? And I don't think that, Usyk is like a guy that you think he is. He's a very obedient guy in the ring. He's not a payaso. He's not a clown. Maybe outside the ring, but he's not that type of dude inside the ring. He's a very, very serious and obedient technician inside the ring. Okay. Um, I'm using the VPN to watch it. I know, right? I got rid of that, man. I didn't. I didn't really see the use, and I probably should have kept it. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think he'll just jump the gun just because he hurt Joshua. I think what he will do it if it's according to plan, if it's within the guidelines of his own game plan, he'll do it. But if not, he won't. I think when it's time to do that, if his team tells him like, I think it's the time, he's tired, go in there and gas him out if you can. That's what he'll do. McLovin the Zone is just $3 a month where I'm at and allows monthly join just to watch. Yeah, I don't see why you should do that just to, oh, yeah, I'm in the Ukraine. No, let that be for the Ukrainian people and support the fucking fight. Just support the fight, please. Because it's like you don't have to do that. They're doing that because a lot of them don't even have the zone there. So he made it possible for a war-torn country to watch a fight that they wouldn't have saw anyway if they could pay for it or not. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So, if you can do it, man. It's not about, hey, I can watch it for free. And then I think the mentality of people when it came to films, music, um, those type of things, I think that's what happened to overall pay-per-view because people have figured out, you know what? Instead of paying for it, I think we're going to watch it for free. And I think that just destroyed the whole fan. That's why fighters are now only getting $1 or $2 million because of the piracy. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide. I know America is bad, so imagine other places. I'm not going to pretend like we're the only ones that do that shit, that still, that get a fire stick and jailbreak it and watch a bunch of stuff for free. I don't think we're the only ones that do that. But since we are bad over here of doing it, that's what killed a lot of people. Think of Felix Trinidad and Oscar De La Hoya, right? Now think of Felix Trinidad and Oscar De La Hoya in today's times. How much would piracy affect the overall pay-per-view sales and snatch money out of fighters' pockets? Those are the things you think about, So I watched a couple and I can remember I was with my friend Shamard. Shout out to Shamard, Travel God's brother. And he had the fight. It was a trip. We watched Ward versus Kovalev 1 there. And it sucked. The whole fucking story. I mean, we saw it, but it was skippy. It was slow. It was choppy. You know what I mean? It wasn't really worth you doing that. Okay, and I think the next fight, it was like, dude, let's just pay for it. And then that's what we ended up doing. You know what I mean? Put money in, bro. Support it. Support the live stream. I mean, this was years. Whenever Ward fought Kovalev, which was 2016, maybe, right? So yeah, man, I think we need to really start looking at supporting the fighters. Because there's a lot of reasons besides these fighters don't want to fight each other, that these guys are not getting the money that they deserve. Think about the UFC. The UFC is doing good numbers, bro, for pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Especially like a lot of people go to a bar, pool hall or whatever, but then, it's still like, hey, listen, you know, um, this is doing well, but if you steal the shit from people, you're taking food out of people's mouths. You know what I mean? So that boxer you just found dead, you have to think about, dude, these people are putting their life on the line, and then we're stealing the shit that we're supposed to be paying for. So yeah, again, I don't think that's how that's supposed to be. And I think people take it lightly simply because we've got so accustomed to stealing stuff like, oh man, music and ringtones and movies and television shows. And you know what I mean? And that's when it started, like you went from bootleg CDs to bootleg movies. Now we have things like Fire Stick that is really putting people and giving people access to steal stuff, which is bad. It's not good. Nikki Blue Eyes Austin in the place to be. Good evening, Kurt. I just got mine booked through Sky Box Office. I hope we will see you Saturday, and absolutely you will. You will see me, and you will see all of me simply because I will be ready. My swelling has bent down a lot, so I didn't really feel comfortable being on, being on camera. And I think the second volume's out. So the third volume will come out soon. But then some real gritty stuff on there. Real gritty stuff. So, it's a lot of eye-opening stuff. And you're going to understand, like, dude, why is this guy not showing his face? He's like, him, Showbiz the Adult, a couple others that like to do that versus some that don't. And I'm the ones that like to. But, you members only know what's up. But anyway, that is going to throw AJ off, but you will see me, Nikki Blue Eyes. Thank you for coming in. That is going to throw AJ off. What's going to throw AJ off? The king of Saudi gave them the fight. Usyk got to pay out his own pocket, but the king said no, and he paid. That's awesome, though. That's awesome. I'm glad he did that because, man, war's hell, bro. I don't know what that's like. You know what I mean? People running around outside trying to shoot and kill you. You're hiding out in your house. I don't know anything about that. I'm not going to even pretend to know. Usyk is risk averse like Mayweather. If he could, he would choose to win on points rather than go for a knockout. Usyk has said that he enjoyed watching Mayweather and a lot. He was one of his favorites. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you love boxing, you should love Mayweather and how he boxes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but if you don't, if you just kind of like, a fight, like you kind of like fighters or boxing matches that consist of a lot of action, you're not going to really respect it because, you're used to high points in fights that go the whole thing. Understand? I love that too. I love that about all, like Marco Antonio Barrera, Morales, 1, 2, 3, De La Hoya Mosley, 1, 2, De La Hoya Vargas, 1, Vargas Mosley, 1 and 2, Trinidad Vargas. Who else? I mean, like a lot of fights happen like that, man. Recently, let's go more recently. We had Wilder Fury 3. Even Joshua Usyk. I mean, that was a pretty good fight. That was more like a chess match, but a very serious one. You know what I mean? It was kind of like what you wanted. Usyk Joshua was like what we wanted Joshua Parker to be, and it wasn't. You know what I mean? It's just Parker just didn't have that ability like that. Mark Deeks, they get paid enough, mate. Well, understand something. On a platform like DAZN is forking out the bill. So you're stealing from somebody. But when it comes to pay-per-view, understand that pay-per-view amount has to be a certain amount. So to say they get paid enough is the same type of mindset to think, well, you know what? I'm stealing and they got more. But then you're looking at the sales, and you're trying to blame it on the fighters. Not the fighters' problem. It's just people's mentality. Like, I ain't paying for this shit no more. you and that is spoken like a Hollywood star, Kurt. Peace and pugilism. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Oh, you guys have to check my community. I have some nice stuff to endorse concerning Boxing Logics United in the building. Matter of fact, let me see if I could. Yeah. All right, let's see. Great news to hear you're healing, Kurt. I look forward to it. Thank you, Nikki Blue Eyes Austin. I think it's going to be a very different fight. I hope AJ wins. Never trust a Tory. Damn. Stephen Bateman coming in with that $2 love or that two currency. Appreciate you. All love, Stephen. Thank you, Mr. Bateman. Are you related to Jason from Ozark? AJ looked tired after the media workout, wheezing. Thoughts? I seen him sucking up that water. I don't know, and I am a member. I just be busy with life. Yeah, gotta check out the members only. Usyk by KO 8th, 9th, or 10th at least. Says Stephen Bateman coming in with that counterpunch prediction. When you say Usyk was shadowboxing, he wasn't doing it in the southpaw stance. Maybe he will switch in the fight, and that's what's going to throw AJ off. Maybe so, man. It would throw me off because you've got a shitload of southpaws, right? You got a shitload of southpaws that are coming in, and then it's like you train for that. You drop a couple of them. You feel good about it and everything like that. You're ready for Usyk. Then Usyk comes in. Ding, ding. This motherfucker's south. He's orthodox. WTF. I can't say much for the live workout. Just know both fighters are keeping these cards close to their chest. Usyk didn't even wrap his hands. No, he didn't. ALB. AJ, third round knockout. Ibibote. Appreciate it, man. 4.49 pounds. Appreciate you, man. Or is that euros? I think that's pounds. Yeah. TV knowledge, that may be the case, but at least this time he trains trainers that will tell him. Yeah, if they bullshit him too, I think people just don't want to tell AJ, yo, you're losing. Get it together. Step it up now. Important videos. I'm with you. It'll be hilarious if he did switch it up. Imagine training for months, especially to counter southpaw, and suddenly your face. Yeah, that shit would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious. Warm hearts worldwide. What if AJ starts boxing southpaw? Hey, guess what? That shit didn't work for Dillian White, did it? Dillian White got knocked out. Stephen Bateman, people don't even realize Usyk is orthodox. Well, damn. Usyk wanted to show that southpaw or orthodox, it don't matter. It's technique that matters. Johan Cyrus, Eddie Hearn was saying Usyk is probably more emotional as he was carrying the toy sent by his daughter. And that is a reason he will lose. Nah, I don't think so. I think a lot of people find reasons to fight for certain things, and I think that gives them more encouragement or more motivation to do so. So you don't know what that damn doll might meant. That doll might meant fucking Anthony Joshua's destruction. We don't know. You have to think of it like that because it's like, like some people express certain things in other ways more than you can ever imagine. So him holding a little doll, you might think it's cheesy or weak or light or or whatever. PG, right? But that could be one of those reasons, you know what I mean? The hardest mother suckers are looking at, or you think of it like you think of a guy that's a man, a grown ass man with a motive. Just because you might see a doll doesn't mean behind that doll can't be some serious violence, you know, because that doll is just a metaphor for something that you couldn't possibly imagine. Usyk says he's been watching and studying AJ for 10 years. Easy work for Usyk. Yeah, they did ask him, and they were like, dude. And I like how Usyk, because he doesn't talk to the point where it's so like, he's not going to explain much. Things he says, like Deontay Wilder says, what's already explained should be understood. Or what's understood should be explained. How's it go? Some shit like that. Okay, it's studying your opponents that matter. But yeah, he was like, yeah, I've been studying for 10 years. What are you talking about? Usyk already said, like, yeah, you what do you want me to do? I've been studying for 10 years. And he's right. Look, he was at the Povetkin fight. He was at the Andy Ruiz fight. He was at a gang of those fights, bro. Usyk was there, man. Usyk paid attention because he was doing his homework. That could be one hell of a movie if you think about it. You got this big, winning Brit that's knocking people out, but then you have this smaller Ukrainian kind of, distinctive, just kind of sitting there writing in a little pad. You know what I'm saying? Just on the sidelines, kind of looking at every possible thing. He's not saying anything. He's just observing and reporting and writing. You know what I mean? And gathering information about this particular fighter. And then years go down the line, that particular guy's doing his thing where he's at, but then little do you know that they're going to collide and clash at one point of time. You know what I mean? It's like it was always in the plan. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Usyk has more to lose than AJ. I think so, though. I think he has more to lose on a patriotic level than AJ. Topentine, you're right. Uncle Burnt. That's what the donkey doll was about. But if Usyk comes in orthodox, don't make it easier for AJ. He's been boxing orthodox his whole life. But if Usyk, okay, Stephen Bateman, I meant ambidextrous. Oh, okay. There, I'm like, damn, you said something I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Usyk said in an interview he rewatched Fury versus Wilder 2-3 times because it was an interesting fight. Okay. That's cool to know. SJ, future Netflix movie. Yeah, that would be cool. Boxing Logics United. $5. Appreciate that love, brother. His daughter gave him the doll to hold. Okay. Gotcha. Damn, that came through slow. The pressure is more on Usyk than the Ukraine war. Tyson Fury will roast AJ if he loses, but he won't fight Usyk. That would probably be what it is. That would probably be what will happen. If Usyk beats Joshua again, yeah, he's going to have a shitload to say about Joshua. Joshua, you big bodybuilding idiot shithouse. I knew you wasn't worth a proper fight. You let a grown-up middleweight beat you, lad. You're done. You cannot come to the sport of boxing. I'm the king. I own all you heavyweight bastards. And he says that, and and then he'll just retire. I'm retired. You have to prove yourself, AJ. He'll still be talking shit. AJ's like, dude, shut the up, please. What are you doing? You fight him then. I'm retired. And I'm tired of you getting whooped, you bum. What have you done, AJ? What have you done? Ukraine war, first loss, losing to someone he'd already beat. Those are the pressure. Get up, Anthony Joshua, you shithouse! Get up, my boy. You still want that watch, AJ? I took your punch, but you can't take a blown up middleweight's punch, you bum. AJ's latest interview looks good, confident, relaxed, knowing what to do. That's good. Cranky, bullying. Joseph E. AJ looks too big for my liking. I mean, he's just too big anyway. He ain't naturally that big. He just put all the muscles on. If he stopped working out and like doing those type of weights, he would slim down. You know how I know that? Can I tell you guys something? He was like that in 2019. He had slimmed down so much. If you guys can remember, AJ ass looked small. AJ looked like Fight Night Round 2 when like you make a character, the character's all big and buff, but then over time, if he gets old, he gets lean. That's how Anthony Joshua looked. You know what I mean? AJ fans be like, Usyk was holding the what the hell doll for Winnie the Pooh. Everyone was known for being sad and depressed all the time, so that means he's mentally not well. I hear you. Yep, he will say all that and still won't fight Usyk. If Usyk wins, he should fight him. You're a shithouse. You see what the little Ukrainian did to Anthony Joshua? It's not worthy of a challenge. I'm still the lineal champion of the world. I don't need any of me belts. I own the heavyweight division. They have to come through me. You gonna fight him? I retired. Go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna fight him. They're all dulces. Won't you fight him? No. Give me 500 million pounds. What? What? I'll give AJ a good hiding with one hand tied behind me back. AJ, I'll give you a good hiding with one hand tied behind me back, you Dulce. You're a big Dulce, AJ. I always knew it. You stiff, dumb idiot. Man, Tyson talks so much. I bet you it's annoying, especially with Josh. Joshua shit's affecting him. He gets affected. You know what I mean? He gets affected easy. He's probably one of the reasons Joshua got beaten the way he got beat. Yeah. Joshua, he can't box. He cannot box. He's a stiff idiot. You can't box, AJ. AJ tried to box Usyk, got beat up. You don't get mad at Fury. Fury just talking shit like he always does. You didn't have to fall for that shit. You know what I mean? You didn't have to fall for that. He said I couldn't box. You can't, you idiot. The fucking the cruiserweight will box circles around you. He just can't deal with the Gypsy King like no one else. He's not worthy to hold my boxing trunks. Please do Mayweather and Fury talking about his future. Tyson, I want you to know, you're a hell of a fighter. Thank you, Mayweather. And I want to show you what TMT has to offer. Tell me what you got, lad. We got $100 million starting off. Plus the upside pay-per-view. You're gonna always be A-side. We'll give you 4 tune-ups a year, and we're gonna get this started until as long as you want to fight. Yeah, that sounds good to me, Mayweather. I'll show you what's clever, Mayweather. I'm with TMT now, boys. Suck my balls. I'm with Mayweather forever. Just remember, I'm the best. I'm the best. You're the best in your division. I'm the best in mine. I'm the best heavyweight of all time. Bars. That Kurt DeVille ad says bars. I don't think he likes me, you know. I think he's an AJ dick sucker. He's an Usyk licker. But I can show them all they can suck me balls. You know, I think at the end of the day, everybody has their own opinion. And I think maybe he's just jealous because maybe he couldn't do what he could do. I know he couldn't. He's a big idiot. Tyson, the gobshite king, no fury. But I think you're a hell of a fighter. I really think that you have what it takes to make. I think you have what it takes to take TMT to the next level. We have a couple good fights. We can put you in there with Thor. We can put you in there with Exhibition. You can fight without fighting. You know, you can be like Jackie Chan. You mean Bruce Lee, you idiot? Yeah, Bruce Lee. Yeah, him too. That's not racism. That's xenophobia. And why should he be showing him respect? He's a rival. One of AJ's weaknesses is showing. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Paul, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, hey, you're right. And Javante Tank Davis, you gotta hang out with him sometimes. Just don't get him on that booger sugar, cause we need him. We need him fighting more bums. Well, don't worry about that, me boy. I only do that back in the UK now, lad. Don't worry. Man, Tyson Fury be rolling around, getting caught up in like gun charges and all types of stuff like that. Get caught hanging out with Daniel Kinahan. Best part of the stream are the impressions. Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, I can see that though. That dude Tyson Fury though, he's probably one of the most entertaining. AJ's the richest. Usyk's probably the best boxer, and Tyson Fury is the more entertaining. The most hard hitting is Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Oh yeah, speaking of Deontay, speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Tyson, I'm gonna knock you out, Tyson. Tyson, I'm gonna knock you out. You may think it's your time, Tyson, but it's not your time. Your time, you might think it's your time. It's not gonna be now. Because I know, speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I'm going to knock you out, Tyson. I respect what you did, but you got to understand. I feel it is so strong, my energy. The energy is building up. You see all that you just said, all that, you're going to get knocked out. You won't be talking to Deontay Wilder. Who will I be talking to? You'll be talking to the Bronze Bomber. Who's that? It's the spirit. It may be an ancestral spirit. I don't know, but that's who you're going to be dealing with. Now I know I don't like you. This is where you and me, I don't like you anymore. I thought we were alike, but we're worlds apart. I don't need any alter egos. I am the light. I am the only thing that helps me is Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You will not beat me. You're a bum. I'm going to beat you and your ego. You and your ego are a pack of bums. I can't help it. Yeah. Tyson hasn't even fought anybody in an old retired Nazi and can't even box Wilder. That's it. Avoid right hand, which he couldn't even do. Damn. An old Nazi. Who's that? Kurt, you need to make an animated show imitating all these boxers in their own voices. Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. I'll probably look into that. You know what I mean? I would like the animation to be on point though, which I'm not good at. And the guy that I know can do it probably won't do it. You know what I mean? Wonder how Fury versus Usyk press conference would be. I told you. I'm Batman. He'll probably come in with Batman. He thinks he's the Joker. I'm definitely Batman. Batman slaps the Joker around. He might smash. He might laugh. He might give you riddles. He might show you his teeth. But I'm the man. I'm Batman. I can whoop any ass. I can tell you. Anybody I can beat. Bars. Let me tell you something. He's a blown up middleweight. Look what Sean Porter did to you. Look what Sean Porter did to you, lad. Especially imagine him. The little smart chunks, short, stocky guy. Imagine what I'm going to do 320 stones. Do it to a little man like you. I'm going to slap you around the ring, you bum. He says you're going to slap you around the ring. Usyk. He's kidding. I'm not kidding, you bum. I'm going to beat you. I can beat you 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. I'm going to take you out, lad. You took out a big bodybuilder. You're still a shithouse. You're not a heavyweight. Until you beat a real heavyweight, I can give you the credit, but I can't give you the credit now because I'm retired, you bum. Well, wait, Tyson, you've already signed the contract. I'm retired. I'll come unretired tomorrow. What's occurring, CP crew and Big Sir Kurt? Hope all of you are doing mighty fine out there. 10 Hut, sir. Yes, sir. Counterpunch to you, DJ Emo. Counterpunch. Great. Man, I used to work for this cable company, man, and it used to be like one of the shittiest jobs I had. So I thought. It was a cable company. So I worked for a cable company. And it was so boring that the job had to make me, because it was either that, because I was broke, and then, I just got the job, and like people were getting fired like this. Like, you were like cattle. And it's like, dude, I need this job. If I don't have this job, I won't work. And if I don't work, I can't live, right? So, I had my daughter, my oldest daughter, she was probably 7 at the time. Okay. So I was like, dude, I gotta work. So what I did was like, let me use me to make this job benefit me. So I just said, fuck it. I went to work one day and was like, you know what? I'm going to start just going boombastic, just 100, right? And like, here's a normal call. Hello, this is Kurt. Welcome to Comcast Cable. How can I help you? That's one thing. And that went from that to, hey, this is Kurt from Comcast Cable. How can I help you today? Everybody like, yo, who's that dude? And after everything, how you doing? I'm doing great. So if you guys hear me say great, it started at that job. You know what I mean? So there was levels to this. This is now, matter of fact, this was right when YouTube started. And I'm like, what the fuck is YouTube? People like, just go to youtube.com if you want to see new and free videos. Remember YouTube? Remember YouTube was YouTube yourself? Remember that? That was their slogan. Now Google owns YouTube, but that's what it was. YouTube yourself. Michael Buffer coming in with those 2 pounds. AJ has 6 rounds to win or it's over. AJ looks slow. I mean, he's not the fastest dude. He's not the fastest dude anyway. And the more muscles he put on, the same thing I said about Deontay Wilder, I'm going to say about Joshua, and I've been saying about both fighters. Like, the muscle is not needed. This is not a bodybuilding contest. Until they figure that out, they won't. Certain fighters can be effective with muscle, but understand that muscle came at a different frame. Bars. Example. Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield is cut up, but understand, Evander Holyfield is smaller. Why do you think Usyk looks the way he looks? Because he's adding more muscle on, but he looks that way because he's coming from a smaller weight. Not a guy that was tall and lean and he just wants to pile on weight. Bars. And still no footwork, Michael Buffer. Ooh. Man, AJ, he better learn how to cut that ring off, because if he lets Usyk move, if Usyk can move, he can box. If he can box, he can fight. If he can fight, he can win. Okay? Let me say that again. Bars. If he can move, if he can box. If he can box, he can fight. And if he can fight, he can win. Okay? Usyk don't look muscle bound. I mean, we didn't see it. We just saw his forearms because he had a longer shirt on, so we don't know what he looked like. You know what I mean? He didn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't strip out and like, I am Phil, Ukraine. Yeah, yeah. Usyk worrying how much AJ was sweating and breathing after light. Wonder if that was aircon there. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, he did squig some water like he needed that shit. You know, water. Give me some water. Tearing that nipple up, boy. He was tearing that nipple up, getting in there. I'm like, damn, the whole bottle sucked in. I'm like, dang, look at that bottle, dude. Get that man some water. Get that man some water. Give me some water. You know what I mean? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's absolutely mad. James Bash. Everybody was sweating, guys. Calm down. Calm. Hey, guys. Hey, calm down. Everyone was sweating. You know. DJ Emo. AJ has a puncher's chance early on, but once he gets hit, it'll be over soon after that. AJ ain't got that lion within, no matter the hype or how many times he turns the tables around, as he states. Soon as he gets hit, he's all to pieces. Johan Cyrus, you don't need fancy animation, just Furies and any characters picture shaking when they are speaking, as long as long as you have a funny and engaging script. I'm sure a lot of people will watch it. Johan Cyrus, man, thank you. You know, I had a friend of mine. She was like, why do you always have those pictures shaking like that? Yeah, the pictures is just shaking and shit, just shaking, you know. It was funny as hell. The picture just shaking, the dude's talking, you know. Maybe in the future you can get a good animation guy, but as they say, just do it. Great. Johan Cyrus, great. Stephen Bateman, see the sweat off on him after that workout. Yeah, he was sweating. Stephen Bateman wasn't even around. Damn. Eddie wasn't sweating. He sure wasn't, though. He was just talking shit. Anthony Joshua, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. Sky Sports wouldn't be here. Usyk wouldn't be here. Nobody would be here. You wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. I'm like, damn, yo, Eddie, calm down. Calm down, Eddie. Kurt, has always been a pleasure. I got to go catch a shower, get this workload on. Thank you for this live chat. Nikki Blue Eyes, thank you. And counterpunch to you. I will see you Saturday or earlier as time permits. Great. Think it was meth. I don't know if it was. I hope Eddie ain't on meth. You know, I hear that shit's real bad. That stuff's bad to get off of. You better check into the rehab immediately and stay away from Amy, because Amy will tell you no. Go to rehab. I say no. You better go, because that stuff is bad. You know, that's some serious shite, people. Serious shite. You know? Eddie was coked out of his mind. That would be crazy. You know, I'm pumped. I'm like, dude, Eddie, calm down. Calm down, Eddie. Eddie, calm down. Eddie. What? Eddie Earn was talking like Clubber Lang. Ryan Watterson. On the note of meth, shout out to the end of the Breaking Bad world today after 14 years. Wow. Probably caffeine. I would say it was probably caffeine. You know what I mean? And if you have caffeine and you haven't eaten, it's probably the probably equivalent of all that other shit, or make you think that. Yeah, so it's probably caffeine. And understand something about caffeine or coffee. Coffee, poppy, plant, and all that shit, all that was grown up in the same place. So the question is, who had it first? They're all stimulants. So keep that in mind. I don't drink coffee. So, you know, for that reason, you know what I mean? Those things will interact with your receptors. activate your receptors and have you, whatever. Kenny B, I got AJ damaging Usyk body about 3 rounds, then catching him with an uppercut, then a left hook KO by AJ. Kenny B coming in with that prediction. Great stuff, guys. I want to wrap it up. Thank you for the 3 hours that you guys spent with me. This was a good media workout. Very, very interesting, very informative. I will be alive and in living color, with you guys. You will be able to see me. Again, I had surgery. So for you guys, from the Counterpunch memberships, you guys know what's up. So stay tuned for that. I got about 5 volumes coming from that, maybe 6. So stay tuned. Watch that. If you're a member, you have access. But God bless you all. And everyone on the chat has been counterpunched.